XNA just finished a huge modernization project that expanded drop-off and pickup lanes, passenger areas, and added a fresh new look to the airport. And now it's already moving forward with another expansion. On Thursday, the airport approved plans for more gates, a new parking deck, and nearly 100 acres of additional land for more growth in the future. 5 News reporter Taylor Howard gives us a look.
The expansion and the construction that comes with it has been a common sight for travelers at XNA over the past few years. Now, the $36 million terminal modernization project is basically done, aside from some additional work in the TSA and police offices. And the airport is already moving forward with its next big project. These newly approved plans show what could eventually become a brand new section of the airport. The airport calls it the Western Concourse Project. Basically, it'd be a whole new section added on the west side of the terminal. The expansion would add 5 new gates, which Tyler says will help keep up pace with growth.
It's not what we're seeing at XNA, it's what we're seeing beyond the doors. It's what we're seeing in Northwest Arkansas.
Tyler says last year was a record year for the airport and brought in more than 1 million passengers boarding flights through XNA, making it the busiest airport in the state. She says the expansion isn't about solving a problem today, but making sure the airport has room for what comes next.
The Western Concourse project isn't just about gates. It's also about holding areas, it's about concessions, it's about more space.
The board also approved the design process for a new parking deck that would mirror the one already outside the terminal. One frequent flyer says the extra parking would especially help during busy travel day.
Most definitely the parking, because we took a while trying to find a parking spot.
As for the land purchase, Tyler says there's no plans for a second runway anytime soon, but buying the land now helps protect the space for possible expansion down the road. How much the project could cost is still unknown. The project is still in the design phase, and the airport says it won't have a final price until later in the fall. At XNA, covering news where you live, Taylor Howard, 5 News.
The Oklahoma Department of Public Safety has confirmed a man has died 6 days after he nearly drowned at Kerr Reservoir in Sequoyah County. Police have identified the victim as 47-year-old Richard Chambers of Sallisaw. The incident report says last Thursday, Chambers fell and hit his head on a boat, knocking him unconscious. He then fell face down in the reservoir. The investigating officer says Chambers passed away today. We're hearing from Aaron Spencer and his legal team for the first time since his murder case was dropped by a judge yesterday. Spencer's the Republican candidate for Lonoke County Sheriff. His murder case made national headlines after he was charged with second-degree murder in the shooting death of the man accused of sexually abusing his daughter. A Lonoke County judge dismissed the case after ruling Spencer's due process rights were violated when key evidence, including a missing dashcam SD card, was not preserved.
For the few people that still question it, it's about this vigilante idea. There's nothing vigilante about this case. Aaron had to react to save his child. That's not a vigilante. He didn't go seek out this person. He did what he had to do as a father.
Spencer himself said he's ready to put the case behind him and shift his focus toward November's election. The State Department of Health has lifted the boil order in Elkins. That boil order lasted a week. The latest round of testing showed no signs of E. coli in the city's water and that it's now considered safe. The mayor said the E. coli original positive sample was taken from a buried hydrant source. That's an impermissible site. The city buys water from Fayetteville, which did not have any positive E. coli tests. Well, some residents at Fayetteville's Hillcrest Tower, a public housing complex, say they're frustrated with how a recent bed bug treatment was handled. Some residents say they were told to bag up their belongings and leave their apartments, but they say they were given little information about the process and the next steps. One resident says their unit was treated last week, but they still found bed bugs after coming home, and they've chosen to stay elsewhere. The Fayetteville Housing Authority says there is no building-wide infestation and that only a small number of units have been affected.
Sometimes residents don't tell us about bed bugs if they have them or any other pests, but we do regular pest control on a monthly basis in every unit. There's a handful. It's not very many, but one is too many. So we're trying to stay on top of it, and we're trying to work very closely with our residents to help them out in any way possible.
The Housing Authority says when treatments are conducted, residents are only required to leave the unit for 4 hours, but they may decide to stay out longer. Arkansas State Police is issuing a new warning tonight after a high-speed chase led to troopers rescuing multiple children from the fleeing car. This chase happened in Ouachita County in May. ASP was trying to pull over a driver for a traffic violation when the driver led them on a chase, lost control, and then crashed into an electric pole. The 4 children inside the car were taken to the hospital and treated for minor injuries. State Police Colonel Mike Hager says he's fed up with these situations, putting young lives in danger.
That you don't run with a child in the car. A child, I mean, we're talking about a 4-month-old child, baby, much less the 3 toddlers, unrestrained. You know, the fact that we're at a place that you even have to have that conversation and address it statutorily is ridiculous. But that's where we're at.
The driver, 28-year-old Tyrese Fletcher, was charged with felony fleeing. Police also found a defaced firearm and illegal marijuana in the car during a search of Fletcher's vehicle. Well, the Pine Bluff School District sold a building 2 years ago, but now the new owner has made a surprising discovery. Thousands of documents containing sensitive student information sitting untouched all over the building. Tanya Motorsitsky tells us how those documents could have been left behind.
From room to room, boxes stacked high, shelves are packed. Inside the former Pine Bluff School District Administration building that's been vacated and sold more than a year ago, records and equipment remain. And now it belongs to this man, John Finley.
It seemed like such a valuable building, and it's like right in the middle of town, and it's in such good condition.
Finley purchased the property in the fall of 2024 for more than $78,000. He says he has big plans for the place.
I would love to build a science museum here, have offices for nonprofits on the first floor here maybe. On the 6th floor, have a dance club with a rooftop bar.
District documents show the sale was part of a larger effort to offload unused properties. But as Finley walked through the 7-story building, he says he discovered something unexpected.
I was shocked a little bit.
He found computers, ink cartridges, smart TVs, and other technology. Items he estimates are worth thousands of dollars.
I think they were like $400 when I looked them up online.
And then the records, room after room, filled with boxes, files, and cabinets holding student and staff records. Social security numbers left on the floor, immunization records, classified payroll information, and other personal information left behind. And some boxes labeled Destroy 2025.
I bought it as is.
Meaning the property and everything inside it now belongs to him. But Finley says he notified the district about the records and says the district is paying for the electricity while he waits for them to remove the sensitive records. Sale documents from the board I obtained from the district do not mention any plan to remove or secure records before the sale. They also do not show any agreement for the district to continue accessing the building or paying utilities after closing. Finley says he's keeping the records safe while moving forward with his plans for the building.
The school district gave up on this building, but I'm not going to give up on it.
Happening today in the River Valley, Our Blood Institute in Fort Smith hosted its biggest blood drive of the year, the 43rd annual Mash Bash event. Organizers told us it comes at a critical time of the year when the blood supply runs low for the organization. The executive director says they get 40% of their supply from blood drives at schools. And since school's out for the summer, they lose a big chunk of their donors.
Keep in mind, this is an ongoing need. Every day we go out 3 or 4 blood drives a day. You can come to our center, or if you're a business owner or have a group of people that are doing an event and you want to do a community project for that event, please think of us. You know, we can just set up a blood drive, make it fun for you.
For those interested, the Fort Smith Center is located on U Street. The entire process of giving blood doesn't take long. Starts with physical, and the blood draw itself only takes 10 minutes.